Hi, Professor. My name is Yixiao Huang. I am from China. We are a family of four, and I also have a younger sister who is 12 years younger than me. From small to large, I always thought that we were a family with relatively high happiness index. I was born in Ningbo, a city in the south of China, but I grew up in a northern city in China named Qingdao, so I have a better understanding of the culture and living habits of North and South China. I went to school in my own country before graduating from high school, and I completed it in the United States during university. So I also understanding the difference between Chinese and Western cultures. What impressed me most is the difference in food culture. Westerners prefer cold food for breakfast and dinner, while Chinese people are used to eating hot or cooked food for 3 meals a day, just like the choice of drinking water. Westerners are used to drinking cold water with ice, while Chinese people prefer hot water. On the other hand, life is the Western turn to live independently, while the Chinese have been a collective life since ancient times. My culture. Everyone is growing up. Everyone will encounter all kinds of things. Everyone's experience is different, and the things learned are also different. Um, During school, I have always kept myself with clear goals and plans. In this era of rapid development, I want to allow myself to establish a correct outlook on life and values. Studying abroad had made me more aware of the importance of my country, and I love my mother's land even more. In life, I gradually developed good living habits, and my life will fulfilling and organized. Through the social practice work during the holiday, I learned that everything needs to be treated seriously. No one is perfect. I need to broaden my interests and work hard to get to know the world and the countries. Number one is social orientation. I think the team first and then the individual. Groups are more important. Without a team, all execution and results will be compromised. Why choose outstanding employees? Honor individuals in the military are all to set an example. A team can't have the same abilities for everyone. If the abilities are the same, nothing can be done. Theoretical building a team is not a perfect individual, and there is no perfect individual. In today's globalization, cultural difference between countries are gradually shrinking. We need to strengthen teamwork to adapt to the modern society that is going global. To complete the business assigned to us by other companies is done by the colleges of the entire company in the division of labor and cooperation. In this way, each college will be much easier to do, and they can help each other, learn from each other's strengths, and complete them with high quality. Customers' business makes every customers satisfied. Number two is power orientation. I think that a person can often have his idea and practice, which shows that this person is a person who is very mindful and has a strong business ability and does not stick to the rules. This is a very good advantage. But I suggest that before doing things, if time permits, it is best to discuss your idea or innovation with the leaders and get the approval and support of the leaders. I believe that leaders will agree with your ideas. Conducive to the development of your work, perhaps your message may also be promoted, which is altruistic behavior. Number three is uncertainty orientation. I think that having a proper adventurous spirit is a way of human progress. Everyone has a desire for curiosity. If there is no desire for adventure, curiosity and adventure, then one will not progress. I didn't follow the rules very much when I was in school. I was always in a dynamic state, and the same was true in class. Regarding the teacher's suggestions and the question, the first thing I thought of was whether it was the keys or it might not be the keys. I will think about how to use my experience to provide an example and point of view that can criticize the teacher. Although I often feel it's also live in my mind, unrestricted, and I'm still impressed. Number four is goal orientation. People always find things for themselves throughout their lives and use these things to make money. This is called work. Only after earning money at work can I provide me with several materials consumption, development material consumption, and enjoyment of material consumption. With a good life, you have a better state to continue working, earn more money, provide better material support, and live a better life. I don't think this is a contradictory at all. Think about it is if you don't work and have no money, you can do many things. For example, it's hard to eat a good meal, let alone travel around the world to enjoy life. But other hand, for example, putting flowers in the office and making a cup of coffee are also enjoy life. Number five is relation to nature. People will think that they conquered nature, and human will never be conquered by nature. I think this idea is too ridiculous. As human being, we really should respect nature, cause respect nature means respect our homeland. Human being often treat the environment as a free commodity and don't know how to cherish it. Human beings thinking that they are the most powerful in life, and nature has endowed them with a instance of the character. But in the end, they get this material garbage from humans. We have to wait until the mountain collapses, the earth's crust cracked, and the river stop flowing. Only with human life we will wake up to the truth that has been empty but not followed. To be kind to nature is to be kind to ourselves. Number six is time orientation. I think we should focus on the present, not let the future influence the present, but let the present influence the future. Especially in the business world, what I have learned is that in the face of the uncertainty of the business world, managers are often obsessed with predicting the future of the industry and wants to avoid risks. As long as you make good use of known information and trends, you can also reduce business risk and make your business lasting. Pay attention to the present because the present is a point of strength, a link that connects the past and the future. It determines the influence of the past on the present and determines the branch visions that may be experienced in the future. Number seven is base human nature. Humans are innately kind, but they are different due to the accurate environment. Since human beings are all kind by nature, they are not far off. But later, due to the difference in the personal living environment, so that the habits and the way of life have produced different changes, which from it difference in people's temperament. I have seen all children, no one will do anything against morality or human nature. So I think the Accurate environment is very important. Number 8 is activity orientation. The shortest process is also a collection of macro resource. The most ambitious resource is also a link in a large process. I think what should be valued is process, not the results. Because there are many times we have worked very hard in the process, but the result is still not too satisfactory if we only value achievement or in success. It is likely to make us particularly easy to give up in the process. Enjoy the process, not just the results. I want to complete an exercise in a certain period or lose a certain amount of weight. But after looking back, I realized that I enjoy the process more and the result has become less important. Number 9 is relationship among people. When there is a conflict between the interests of the team and the personal interests, the first thing to consider is the interest of the team, and then the personal interests. Because only when the interests can and imagine of the team improve, the interests of the individual will naturally rise accordingly. But on the other hand, the acquisition of team interests also depends on the cooperation between individuals, and the convergences of personal interests. It depends on everyone's efforts. The two are interdependent. The two are not contradictory. Within the collective, individual goals or individual interests are consistent, and individual goals are contracted to form a collective development goals. Number 10 is space orientation. I think even in the office, we need to our own private space. I need to be alone to calm down and think to complete my homework or assignment. When you are working independently or thinking about problems such as conceiving plans, when reading document and not wanting to be disturbed by the outside world. At this time, you need an exclusive space that allows you to focus more on your personal office. On the other hand, in the family, everyone's personal space is also very important. Give children private space, and family behaviors are not completely transparent and respect each other. This kind of family get along is the most comfortable. Don't casually everything just because you are a family member. Thank you for listening.